Just cash.
If you love making money and wanna win,
Just cash.
we just chillin' and we vibing with our friends.
Just cash.
And if anything in doubt, we pass. Rookies all hate us cause we play the just cash. I put my money in a strong position. They try to tell me I can't win, it's just a stupid superstition. Cause when I focus, you will notice that I'm winning. We demolish every bookie, there ain't no competition. Now listen, I would never give you shitty picks and do you wrong. Come and join the Discord, tell these bets and hit the bone. Cooking up a parlay super under center song. We be really winning, this ain't just to make another song. So if you love making money and wanna win,
Just cash.
we coming in and we taking all the money.
Just cash.
They can't do nothing to stop us.
Just cash.
Hey, fuck these bookies, man.
Just cash.
They wanna limit me cause I win. Label me the enemy cause all I do is win. Just give us a try, this is where it all begins. I'm not gonna lie, all I know how to do is just win. If you love making money and wanna win,
Just
they wanna
cash.
limit me cause I win.
Just cash.
If you love making money and wanna win,
Just cash. Just cash.
Just cash.
love making money and wanna win.
Just cash.
We just chillin' and we vibing with our friends.
Just cash.
And if anything in doubt, we pass. Rookies all hate us cause we play the just cash. Love making money and wanna win.
Just cash.
We just chillin' and we vibing with our friends.
Just cash.
And if anything in doubt, we pass. Rookies all hate us cause we play the just cash.
Hey, hold up. Fuck, I lost too much money on that shit. You fucking fuck off. Hey.
Just cash.
We're back, bro.
We are back. What's good? Welcome. We are here on a little Wednesday action. You already know what time it is. It's Just Cash. Hey-o.
And guess what? Guess what,
Welcome, one
bro?
and all.
Guess what, E?
What's that?
We've been whooping ass in the CBB streets. Now, yesterday, the day before yesterday, for me personally, was a very unlucky day. But yesterday was a very, very lucky day. I believe we've hit a spot where we will consistently profit. Starting probably a couple weeks ago, but I am now realizing we are on a roll. And people watching this show should follow our plays. Not financial advice. And you can't guarantee anything, but man, we're on a new level. It's just the truth.
Yeah, I mean, we definitely had a couple bad beats along the way, but at least, going on 3 weeks now, we're still just continuously up profit. And, we made a lot of headway this last week, up 8 units. So we're definitely making some stuff happen. And, I know yesterday you hit, 10X as well?
It was a 5-pick on Sleeper that give us a nice little bonus. So those have been coming in handy. When they have one really good play we like, and then you can just add 4 alts to it, add the 100% boost. It's probably one of the most fun things to do, especially on slates like yesterday with a lot of players. I think it's hit a couple of those now, and I'm getting more and more confident. We're going to do it again. We're going to do it today, actually.
I'm with it. Yeah, I mean, honestly, a couple of unfortunate beats with, we had a positive and a negative with Caleb Wilson, and he ended up staying way under the rebounds as expected, and Henry, stayed under his points and his rebounds. But come to find out, he was in fact injured. I knew something was going on with him that game, and why he ended up sitting for such an extended amount of time. But we did get confirmation today that he was in fact injured. He has a wrist sprain. So he ended up missing time, and he even, he went back out there and he toughed it out, and he got really close for us on that free slip. But unfortunately, he did get hurt. So, there was a solid reason why we ended up missing out on that just barely. And it makes sense, because he should have been out there for easily 35 plus minutes, and he was on track for that. But I think, honestly, the injury happened in the first half, and then he just re-aggravated it in the second half and had to kind of call it quits for a minute. But stuff like that's going to happen. We ended up really, really solid at the end of the night despite that, and, also hitting that 10X is pretty sick. So did pretty well with the bet online stuff, not losing money, so can't complain there. And we got a pretty big slate today, so a couple things to talk about and get through. A little bit of unrivaled news. Mostly just Angel Reese, in fact, is coming back. She ended up signing with the Rose. So bit interesting there, to say the least. We'll talk about that a little bit more tomorrow, I think, because right now it's for the most part going to be on hiatus for a few days. They're running the one-on-one tournaments, and the props for that honestly are just a joke on the fantasy sites. I mean, PrizePicks has them all at a goblin, terrible payouts, and Underdog has them for 0.6 and 0.8 kind of stuff. So it's if you want some action on that, I will say the books are offering lines on that, and you can get a little bit of exposure to that today. But more likely, we'll be circling back to that once they resume regular play. But with that being said, before we hop into it, if y'all haven't already, make sure to hit that like button down below. We appreciate y'all supporting the channel as always and hanging out with us Monday through Friday. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button, turn the noties on so you don't miss out. And also, last but not least, be a part of the Discord. We're still running the 7-day free trial. So make sure you guys come in, lock in, win some cash with us. All right. Right. Oh, I went right through. Forgot to introduce our co-host here, Underrated. What's good, man? How are you today?
Oh, you forgot me? I thought you did introduce me because I was talking a bunch about the nights before and how we're about to whoop some ass and all that. Wasn't that you introducing me, or was that me introducing myself?
I'm not sure, but we're at least going to make a point, and that way I can feel better about it and not skipping over that.
Oh, don't worry about me. I'm over here winning money, man. You don't gotta worry about me. My feelings won't be hurt. This is for bookies. That sound.
All right, we're gonna take your shots.
Yeah, we got them now. We got them right where we want them. Let's go.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Feeling pretty good about today, honestly. We got a couple bangers for you guys. Secured some really insane value on the top 2 plays here. Or, I mean, really, the top 3 plays, all those ended up being adjusted or removed. And then a bit of interesting news to kind of help swing our favor for Arenas and his over each half and then over full game prop, which we'll talk about here in a second, which I believe that also bumped to 19.5 as well. So another value secured. Again, can't stress the importance being the Discord. We stay up pretty late cooking it up, so a lot of times you guys might wake up to plays, or if you're up with us, you'll get that early value. But let's continue. We got let's talk about this first game here. We got USC traveling out to Ohio State, and a few different looks, like I said. For Arenas here, they had his line at 6.5 rebounds, which is honestly pretty insane. I'm still not sure where they were coming up with his line at. He is coming back from injury, and we did see in the last 2 games with Chad being out for them, he did play really meaningful minutes. So, I mean, I do expect in a close game, he should probably play somewhere between 34 to 36 minutes again. But this matchup, a lot more difficult. Ohio State at the house, been really solid. I mean, we've seen them give a lot of teams a run for their money. And the biggest thing about them is they are elite versus the rebounding, especially against guards. Now, so far in 23 games this season, they have only allowed 3 guards, 3 total guards. I mean, just taking into account how many, there's 3 guards per team, 23 teams. That's a lot of guards. 3 guards this entire season to ever go for more than 6.5 rebounds or getting that 7 or more. I'm not sure where this line is coming from, but my goodness, we are definitely taking a shot on that. He has not hit that so far this season in his limited sample size, but even in the 2 games that he were a full go, Penn State game wasn't even close. I mean, he barely got lucky to even get the 3rd rebound. And then the Indiana matchup, they were just extremely cold from 3, and he got 5 of his 6 rebounds from the long ball. And one of them off of a free throw miss, which I think that one's kind of an anomaly in itself. But still, I mean, Ohio State does not shoot a very high clip from 3. I mean, they basically just have Mobley and Thornton. But their involvement with their bigs lately, I think, is going to be huge for this matchup because both of these teams been really, really solid on wing defense. They do not allow a bunch of 3s on either side. So with that being said, I mean, I still think that Ohio State gets their paint presence known and really tries to work that pick and roll action like they have been lately. The line here just didn't make any sense, and it looks like the books are really torn between it because his 6.5 under ended up being severely juiced, and then they just completely removed it altogether. It's no longer available. But if you look at the 5.5 rebounds, though, the books are coming back down in a little bit more. But Underdog here, I don't know what the hell they're thinking. I mean, they have him massively juiced for over 5.5. But the other sites seem to, the ones that have left the prop available, I mean, they've kind of leveled it out here, which I think is a fair line for him. But even still, I mean, just way too high of a line and taking advantage of that. So seeing the prop removed, felt pretty great about that, and we'll see if they add it back.
Oh man, you found that. You were so excited. We almost went 2 units with it. It was so interesting. We shall see. We shall see. Nice freshman who has been balling out the last 2 games. We'll see how he does tonight. I'm excited. We got his over 18.5 points as a little lean too. I cannot wait to see what he does tonight against Bruce and Ohio State. And go sit down, Chad. No one wants to see you, old ass.
Yeah. And his lines have definitely seen a little bit more adjustment. I mean, you can see even on DraftKings here and a few of the sites, I mean, they have them all the way up to 20.5 for an option too. So 18.5, great value there. I mean, he's going to take an unreal amount of field goal attempts. We saw it in those last 2 games with basically Chad being injured in the Indiana matchup, and then he played the full game by himself against Penn State. But the field goal volume, I mean, pretty impressive. I got to say, he's going to take all the field goal attempts he possibly wants here. So I do like the point line. And we also have him for his, on underdog, his 6.5 points scored each half. I think that one also just a banger play for him. You are going to have to parlay it with something. So use those boosts that they were giving out and, kind of wrap it up with that. But yeah, a lot of potential here for him. I mean, he is a sizable guard. He's 6'6", I believe, 6'7". And, they're going to need him here. So we'll see. He hasn't played many road games so far this season either, which I think will be a nice test for him. But that field goal volume, really hard to ignore that. And now with Chad being confirmed out, it just makes us feel even better about it. So let's see, the last 2 games real fast. He had 23 and 17 field goal attempts. But even in the 2 games that he came back, I mean, he played 29 minutes, still had 15 field goal attempts. So I do think that is something that he is probably live for on any given night. That 13 to 15 field goal attempt range at least. But if it is a close game, I mean, he should still possibly push up towards 20. So sky's the limit for him. I mean, he's Gilbert Arenas' kid, and he looked really good. I mean, he was an all-star in high school, and now, basically the keys are his. So what he wants to do with it is all up to him.
Dunk, pass, spin, juke, look like the best, my favorite player to watch ever, and I can't wait to watch. I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm excited, man. I'm excited not only to watch and see what he does, but also to get that early value in. So, again, can't stress that enough. Make sure you guys are in the Discord. All this stuff ended up getting bumped.
Speaking of, C-Dot says, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, turn on the noties, and subscribe to the Discord because, like you said, man, everything we've been playing the night before, we've been dropping in the Discord late night, going to sleep, waking up, everything's bumped. Pretty much everything. You can't even get the 6.5 rebounds. I think I got it super early. No, it was 3 a.m. Now that I think about it. It was 3 a.m. when I got the 6.5. And then the Hauk 24.5 PR that you're about to talk about now, that's our on our thumbnail. Can't get that at 24.5 either. So, guys, join the Discord. Free for a week, and then it's super cheap after that. So, jump on in if you like college basketball. Shoot, Q-Donkey does. I know that. And he got a couple more. And he got another play for us. We'll talk about that in a minute. But until, Big Hauk. Hello, sir.
Yeah. Let's talk about Hauke. Now, we got a rematch game between these 2 teams, and as you can see here, his 24.5 is only available on DraftKings, and the odds are pretty terrible now. He was even on PrizePicks last night, which was kind of surprising because they did not drop him initially. Underdog had him opened at 25.5, and then I know I was kind of looking that off a little bit. His 26.5 PRA was interesting given those 2 lines, but then you brought up his 24.5 PR that surprisingly was on PrizePicks, and we knew that was going to end up being bumped. So he's 25.5 now, and it looks like, I mean, he might even be live to bump again here. Honestly, a lot of the sites have a lot of juice on his points. I know Underdog already this morning bumped him up to 19.5 points. He's back down to 18.5 currently, but they had him at 19.5 points and 29.5, I believe, PRA, or 28.5 PRA. The PRA kind of going back and forth, but points and rebounds, I mean, the best thing here, first meeting, he just absolutely destroyed this team. Went for 12 rebounds and the scoring 21 points. But also not even that. He ended up with 6 stocks, I believe. Yeah, he had 4 blocks, he had 7 stocks, so 4 and 3. The fantasy looked pretty decent. I will say he went for 62 fantasy, which is kind of insane. But the book's a little savvy on that. Underdog opened him at 31 and some change, and now obviously 34.4. Quite a difference here. I will say they did leave kind of a low-hanging fruit, which maybe is just an oversight on their part. But given the bumps especially, they had his alts. Nope. They bumped this down. So they had this all day long, his alt fantasy at 29.5. This was a 0.8 or 0.8x. So pretty big difference here. And it looks like now they obviously adjusted that back down. So never mind on that thought process. But the fantasy, I mean, if you want to run it, you're definitely taking 2 bumps here. So do keep that in mind. I will say also, if you want some exposure to him, his 6 points or more in each half is still live. And then his 15 or more easy parlay piece, I think it was minus 300 earlier. Let's see what that actually looks like real fast before I get ahead of myself. Yeah, FanDuel, best option. Bet365 still has them available for the low 300s. But even this, I mean, saw a substantial spike. So great value. I love it, man. I mean, he's been a solid player on the road all season long. I mean, just absolutely shredding. Only this one massive blowout game was the miss against South Carolina. So still averaging, 27 and some change per game. It's a nice little discount for us. And this repeat matchup, it's at least at home for Georgia. So hopefully they can keep it close. But pace and total, pretty outstanding. Love to see it. Just keep it within 15 points, and he's going to be our guy.
Love it. Pace and total makes me love it. Line's a little too low. We got it. Perfect timing in the Discord, and we are ready to collect our money. I already can see it. And look at him on the thumbnail, bro. You handed him the ball. He said, here, take this ball. Get us what we need, buddy.
Oh, yeah. He's ready to smash. He's going to yam that in somebody's face tonight.
Oh, for sure.
Well, let's keep it moving. So we knocked out those 2. And next, let's talk about Josh Hubbard. We got Tennessee traveling out to Mississippi State. And quite a difficult matchup, got to say. Seen a little bit more of a decline from Hubbard over the last month now. I think some of that honestly has to do with the fact that how they've now staggered him and Epps coming off the bench. It's, basically for him, that first 4 or 5 minutes of the game without Epps is his best shot to really do a lot of damage. Epps is still playing really meaningful minutes, almost like a starter anyways, so they do share a lot of overlap on the court with each other. But for him, it's a very difficult matchup. I mean, Tennessee's done extremely well at limiting guards for production. They don't give up a lot of fouls either. He's going to see a lot of Gillespie on the other side too, so we know the turnovers and stuff are going to be real, which it looks like they definitely know that because they had him he was at 2.5 turnovers, so I'm kind of surprised to see this at 1.5. Also got to say that this could be a total error. This was definitely at 2.5 yesterday, so I'm not sure why he's at 1.5. I mean, you can see obviously he's been like this, and we know from last year he was doing a lot of that towards the end of the season. So that is interesting. I mean, Tennessee actually causes a fair amount of turnovers, so going to make life a little bit more difficult.
I'll tell you why, E. Minus 256. That's why.
Yeah. No, I know the payout sucks, but he should be 2.5. I don't know why he's at 1.5. But yeah, so with that being said, just for him, I mean, it's a pretty average line for him to begin with, but seeing him and his minutes really struggle, and a lot of these were close games, so I mean, it's not like he was able to just get out of trouble with the blowouts. The minutes also for him seem really capped around this like 32 or 29 to 32 range. And even in some of these games where they really needed him down the stretch, I mean, coach was completely fine with just keeping him at bay with these numbers. So I like it, man. Honestly, I mean, we're just catching a player while he's going through a little bit of a slump. And we know Tennessee, they can come out and just blow the door off the game. So, I mean, any kind of these blowout matchups, especially, he just checks out of the game. I mean, mentally, he is gone in the second half from a lot of these matchups. So I like it. Honestly, I think it's a solid look. Glad we got it at 19.5. It is still available on Hard Rock and BetMGM. So if you guys missed out on the value, if you want to play the bumps, to each their own. But we got that 19.5.
Yeah, it feels real good. He needs to get 20 points against Tennessee to beat us. I am in on that.
I'm excited. Well, let's talk about Big T.O. Barrett. I know you are in love with that first name, and rightfully so. I mean, hey, dude has been a bucket since starting.
Old T.O.
You still over there? Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, old T.O.
Yeah, T.O.
Terrell Owens. Terrell Owens' son. If you didn't know.
Yes, sir. Oh, is he actually?
No. His first name's T.O.E. How would he be Terrell Owens' son? Oh, my gosh. This is a gullible guy here, I'll tell you. Right now.
I mean, hey, I don't know family history here, so... but I do know ball, and I do know a guy moving into a starting role with a new usage rating, new minutes rating, and all that stuff. Last 4 games now, I mean, we saw 39 minutes in a competitive one. Obviously, they crapped the bed against Alabama on the road, and the coach ended up pulling all their starters. They only had one guy who played 29 minutes and some change. But next 2 games, I mean, even still here with this game basically ended up being a blowout. I mean, he still played 32 minutes at South Carolina. So love to see double-digit field goal attempts all 4 of these games here. Usage rating holding very firm, 24 plus in all of these. But the line for him is just honestly way too low. I mean, this is one of those players that, good chance that we did not get props for him this first game. I know specifically we didn't have him for this first game. And then after the Alabama matchup, they did drop him for the last 2. So he was at 10.5 for both of these, and they've only moved him up to 11.5 right now. So they're being really hesitant. But this is one of those, now that it's being put in the spotlight, they will definitely adjust it if he hits after this. Personally, I mean, I think he should be at 13.5 points, but we'll see after this performance. Love the minutes, double-digit field goal attempts. Anytime we ever get a play.
Uh-oh. You're frozen.
More of a Binks back shooter. The 3-point volume could be a little bit more at bay. I would expect somewhere between 4 3-point attempts, but he's getting the line a lot of free throws for him, whether that be starter or bench role. And we can see here where his minutes really started to ramp up. I mean, he had 6 free throw attempts in both of those games, and then just consistency. So a lot of that is coming from his rebound rating, offensive rebound rating in particular, leading to those free throw attempts. But he's a try-hard. I mean, this is definitely somebody who did not get a lot of playtime last year. He was banged up, dealt with a lot of injuries, but now that he's come back, he's worked his way into a starting role. And the biggest thing about this team is they run a really tight rotation. I mean, they play 7 players, very strict. And the other 2 starters on the team, the forward and the center, I mean, those are extremely low usage guys. I mean, we're talking single-digit field goals for both of them all season long. And this team is just 3 players. I mean, it's T.O., it's Stone, and then, oh my goodness, Mark Mitchell. Mitchell being the 1A, and then I think both Stone and T.O. here live to be that wingman. But I mean, even still, if we're talking third on pecking order, I mean, that's still far and above anybody else behind them. So give me that mid-20s in usage rating, double-digit field goal attempts, and, honestly, I like our chances here. And it's a great matchup.
Oh, man, let's try it. Always like guys coming into the starting lineup. Bookies are always a little bit behind. We don't know him that well, but the numbers make sense. So what is he, a quarter unit, or do we have him as a half unit? I think a half.
Yeah, we got him as a half unit.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, let's go. Big T.O. I like it.
Big T.O. That's right. All right, before we hop into the mid-tier stuff, let's answer any questions, see if you guys got anything else.
Okay.
Q Donkey's got a couple questions. So
yeah, his first comment.
Let's talk about that.
I do want to read his first comment because I like it the best. It says, Max, dog shit. Self-explanatory.
Yeah.
Max, dog shit.
And he got hurt.
Yeah, and he got hurt because he faked his injury because he was so dog shit. He was like, what do I do? Okay. Micaiah Williams under PRA. Oh, you're looking at Juke first? We can look at Juke. He had another one before that, but you want to look at Juke? Jukey Dookie?
Oh, yeah, I didn't see the Williams. Yeah, we'll do the Williams one real fast.
Yeah, I want to see what Williams...
It's this guy.
Yes, exactly.
This guy.
Now, if Q Donkey brings him up, it's going to be interesting. So PRA under... he didn't have a number, but what's his PRA under looking like?
20.5. He does not get much RA. So, I mean, I do like that. I will say we were tempting fate with him last time. I know he had was it 15.5 or 15.5 point line that he stayed under here, but I know he was at 14.5 points here and ended up seeing success again. So that is a little scary. I mean, one of these streaky shooters, anytime we get a 3-point shooter as well, that can be a little bit dangerous. But the RA, I think, definitely warrants a lot of interest here. I mean, on an average day for him, a great day for him, honestly, he's looking at 4 RA in total. So that part of it definitely weighs it down a little bit more. This matchup, let's see. What team is he again?
Somebody crap. I forget.
Grand Canyon.
There you go.
Yeah, this one had a reasonable pace in total. Grand Canyon is pretty good at home, I will say. Spread's a little bit more generous than I would have thought. Expected them to be somewhat more favorites than this, but that is what it is. Let's see. Let's see what his actual field goal attempts look like.
And CDOT says USC starts at 3 p.m. Pacific. Early start. Get it in early, boys. Go D-Gens, go. It's really at 3:30. But CDOT wants to give you that half an hour extra, just in case. So you're running around, you're too late. You're like, dang, it's 3:05. I missed it. Don't worry. It's at 3:30. Arenas time, baby.
Gotta make sure.
Can't wait to watch big arenas.
Exactly. All right, so this guy, let's see, last game he had 4 fouls, so he got capped out on his minutes. Game before, massive blowout. I would imagine most of the starters did not play many minutes. Yeah, we didn't have a single starter play over 30 minutes. This is one I would be careful with, man. I mean, truthfully, you're just sweating the scoring more than anything else. I think the RA probably ends with 3 or 4 at best, but he is shooting the ball a lot right now, a lot. They are at home too, which, I mean, we really don't have much sample size on that because he's only been a starter for 2 home games out of the 5.
Pass.
And both of those are blowouts. So I don't know about it this time, man. I mean, we secured really good value the 2 times in a row beforehand, but the scoring making me a little bit nervous there. A little bit nervous, I'll be honest.
But what I do like is he's coming in with these unders, though. He's smashing. He's throwing out unders. I like it. Let's look at more, E.
No, I'm with it. Yeah, I'll probably pass on this one. I know the first time they played, he only went for 13, but I believe, let's see, that was on the 13th. Yeah, so he was not a starter the last time they played either. They ended up getting blown out. He still played 31 minutes, but he took 16 field goal attempts and he had 4 fouls. So, I mean, bro definitely had all the usage in the world there. He just couldn't land some buckets. Yeah, I'll probably pass on that one, man. Honestly, that was also a road game too, so maybe might see a little bit more comfort at home.
Duke Harris under points?
We'll let that one go.
Okay.
Big jokey. Now, this road game here, a little bit more difficult. I know Georgia Tech doesn't play too fast. Wake Forest plays extremely fast. 23.5 is kind of crazy. I mean, he was just 20.5 the last slate, and I know he went off against Louisville, but still 23.5, that's pretty crazy. I know his road metrics are not great. He's only hit that 1 time so far this season. Surprisingly, it was against UNC, but they kept the game close, so he stayed out there for the whole time. Juke's a little dangerous, but I will say this line is definitely too high for him. I mean, he's going to have to be ultra efficient. The 3-point shooting has been a little bit more sharper. I will caution the second half of the season. He's taken a lot more threes. Bro plays unhinged amount of minutes, man. It's crazy how many minutes. This is some Christian Anderson level stuff here, but it is a high line, so I think that is all fairness for consideration for the under. Let's see, most recent guards. mostly decent success. I mean, he is in the realm of being like a Buki here, where it's just basically him taking all the shots on the team. That's my only scary part. Is just Wake Forest sucks, man. That the whole team just doesn't really help out. I mean, it's Juke and then a far drop off from the next person. So do keep that in mind. But again, it is a very high line for him. We haven't seen that kind of success on the road so far this season. And at what point also is the coach just kind of be like, all right, boys, we're not winning this season. We're not doing a whole lot here. Let's back it down a little bit.
Yeah, Wake Forest sucks.
They're 11 and 12. Yeah, I mean, they're not going to be playing for a lot here.
They've won 2. They're 2-9 in their last 11.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and really bad on the road. They're 1-4 on the road.
But here's the good part: Georgia Tech is also 2-9 in their last 11. So you got that.
Yep. Equally poo teams going at it. I mean, essentially just no defense. What is the
It does say
for this game?
It does say here on this site I'm looking at though that the only scary part about the under to me is that Georgia Tech runs. They're a super up-paced team, so that'll give Juke a little more opportunity. But they do have a decent defense, even though they run. It looks like so. I don't hate it, but yeah, it's Juke. You're the Juke whisperer, so I'll leave that one to you.
It's a high line. I mean, I don't think there's any ifs, ands, or buts about it. I mean, that's quite a step forward for his points being at 20.5 the last game, and then now them adjusting it up to that. So it would make sense. I mean, especially if by some miracle not Wake Forest, Georgia Tech can really get a lead up on them. I mean, he should see somewhat of a reduction in minutes, but can they do that? That's kind of left to be seen here. But I mean, again, it's just a high prop for him. I mean, it's well over his season average.
Coolio, bro.
I have not played Juke under many times at all this season. I mean, it just too many minutes. Field goal volume gets a little scary sometimes.
Okay. Q-Donkey also says, you liking Nate Ement in this matchup? Was looking at his PR. We're going to need your undivided attention, E.
Oh, hey, I'm just checking, make sure I'm not missing any updates over here.
Nope. Damien's here too. 8438. He said, "What's good, buds?" I got lots of good buds. What's up, bro?
Yo, what's up? Let's see. So Nate's interesting. They are being a little bit more generous with the PR line because his points are at 19.5 and should be at 18.5. That one. This line makes a lot more sense for me, but they are, however you want to look at it, their price is a bit baked in for that. I don't mind it. I mean, he's been on the tear. I don't think there's any doubt about that. He's just been playing out of his mind in any of these competitive games that he's not in foul trouble. This matchup is great for him. I don't think Mississippi State has a whole lot that they can really offer as far as resistance. Really, their best person's going to be Aggie down low, but I mean, Nate's just kind of living out in that mid-range, hitting people with a jab step and taking open threes. So or not Aggie. What am I doing? It's the wrong team. Ballard is all right. I mean, Mississippi State really doesn't have much of a paint presence. I mean, they're just bad on defense in general. The only problem with him is the points are a little bit more inflated than what they have been. And, at what point do we kind of hit that wall where he plateaus out a little bit here? I'm not the biggest fan of him on the road because we have seen a couple of duds this season. We've seen several duds this season in some what were close games too. So I don't mind it. I do like the pace total. I think all that makes total sense. We just need him to continue to shoot the ball. We can't have this second half miracle stuff. That's not going to happen all the time. So continue being active in the first half, I think, puts us on pace for that. But if he comes out slow, Gillespie's going to start taking his shots there. And Gillespie has been kept in check from the second half performances that we've seen from Nate. So also, I will say, if this game is close, we should get second half props for it as well. Keep an eye out for Nate. He's really coming alive in the second half where Gillespie kind of takes a backseat to that. So if you want to run it, I don't blame you. I will say, maybe shout out a little bit to the fantasy as well. He's been getting a few more blocks and steals lately, so I don't mind that. But you do get a little bit of a turnover downside with that too. So, kind of keep that in mind.
I see 24.5 on DraftKings, a minus 150, but I mean, yeah, I agree with everything you just said, man. It's like he's been playing just so good lately. It's like everything's connected for him in his mind. He's ready, and I could definitely see him doing it. It's just a little high because he has been balling, so we're kind of catching him on the high end here. This doesn't feel as good a value, but yeah, man, he's definitely showing out lately. Showing his potential, for sure. I was a little worried halfway through the season, but we're back now. He's top 10 pick.
Yeah, he's played a lot better recently, so love to see that.
Mm-hmm.
I will say, if you want to get some exposure to him, Prize Picks, surprisingly, your best option here. I would take the 24.5 Goblin for the 2.7x. That's actually a reasonable payout.
Oh, Prize Picks. We have a song for them later.
Yeah. Stinky Picks.
Poop Picks.
Yeah, oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Poopy Picks.
All right, and then do we have one more?
I don't think so. I think we got them all. I have two to look through real quick at the end, but you want to look at mine before
Sure.
you want to look at the... Yeah. I know we kind of looked at them before we jumped on, but it'd be fun to look at them on here to make our decision. I see bunk-ass Christoph Tilley, Ohio State guy, and we know they're coming up here against Arenas in 45 minutes. Now, his line's 11.5 in a lot of places, but it's also 12.5. I think it's on Sleeper at 12.5. So I'm looking for a play that I can play on Sleeper and then add the rest of the alts. Now, is his 12.5 under worth playing? That is the question. Or is it a little scary?
I mean, honestly, it's an interesting play because right now it is a little bit above his season average, and we looked over the last second half of the season here. I know in a couple of these games, the Michigan one really surprised me the most because he just started getting active in the first half and did a lot of damage early. And then the one against Maryland, not too surprising there, pretty easy matchup, but it is a high line for him. And, he's a very streaky player, not only just from a minute standpoint, but just field goal volume in general. The consistency for him is really all over the place. And I believe we got news that, so Pup Johnson is also active again tonight. That's good to see. Brandon Noel still being out a bit unfortunate, but at least we have another body to throw into the rotation here. So I do like that. That makes sense. Probably also why his line bumped down too. But the field goal volume for him, just super sporadic. I mean, he does get to the free throw line a few times, which can be obnoxious, but really low volume, very inefficient three-point shooter, so he doesn't have any kind of a bailout for that. And even for a big, he's only shooting 46% so far this season. So, it's a down season across the board for him. The time or possession that he's going to have, is usually pretty capped between Thornton and Mobley and the wing players here. So he's also another player who can get into foul trouble. We saw the 26 minutes here was also a product of that. He had 4 fouls in the last 2 games. So, he definitely gets handsy. And I think for this matchup, we know Ezra on the other side, really active. Kofi, not the most active big, but he's a great defensive, great rebounder. And for him, though, I think having to contend with Ezra is a huge thing. Ezra is the number 2 guy now with Chad being out. And with something we saw a lot of flashes of at the beginning of the season, but the most impressive thing about Ezra is his ability to get to the free throw line. So, i.e. drawing fouls on the other side. And although he does come with a bit of foul trouble, so I do have to caution that as well. That door can swing back the other way. Ezra gets into foul trouble, and they go to Tilley in that nature. So, bit of a double-sided sword there, but usage should be great for Ezra on the other side as long as he can keep his hands to himself. I think this is a tough spot, and he's going to have his hands full dealing with him. But it's a high line. I don't think there's any doubt about that. Even his rebounds, dog, I was looking at that too. This is not something he's been really active on now that the team's mostly healthy again.
Why? He's 7 foot tall. Why is he not getting rebounds?
He just plays more kind of in the mid range area. You know, he doesn't hang around the paint necessarily as often as Coffee does.
How's his PR look for the under? Is it close or no? I mean, is it decent odds? I don't really want to take his under the more I look at this because I'm a little worried about USC defense more than I first thought because it looks like they stopped the 3-point more than they stopped down low. So I kind of want to get off of this, to tell you the truth, now that we look at it. I probably won't be playing it. Probably be watching it and say, mentioned on stream.
Right. Yeah, when he picks up 2 fouls and sits for almost the whole half.
Yeah.
Now, the PR is very, very interesting. I'm glad you brought that up because I was taking a gander at that. So, I mean, his rebound lines looks like they got removed basically everywhere. I'm gonna guess he should be at 4.5 rebounds. I mean, everything here is telling me he should be, but the PR at 17.5, that's pretty high. That is definitely a tax.
Yeah, I mean,
that is pretty high.
It's not bad. It could be on the mid-tier list, I guess, if you wanted to toss it on there.
I mean, you're the one that brought it up. If I'm getting a little bit of a cold feet here.
Yeah,
though.
yeah. I put it up and then I looked more into it with you here, and that's why I wanted to look at it on stream because whenever we look through it together, sometimes I either get a stronger feeling about it or I get least strong feeling about it, whatever that word might be. But yeah, I got that. So, nah, I'll pass. I'll pass on my own play.
These two teams are exact mirrors of themselves. They are great against three-point shooting and anything like that, but they give it up in the paint. Both of these teams.
Yeah, that's why I don't want to fuck with it. But I will say, your favorite Wesley Yates is now 16.5 points.
Oh, nice. Wait, did he bump up or down?
Up.
I can't remember.
No, he bumped up. I said it in a funny way, but yeah, no, you're mad. He's 16.5. We can't play it. It's so high. So high.
Yeah, I'm good on Washington props today, man. They jacked everyone up. Even Hannes, man, he's at 38 and some change fantasy. I'm like, nah, I'm good on that. I'm definitely good on that.
Yeah, man. Can't even do alts really because the payouts would be so crap. Yeah,
that too. And they knew not to give us 6 points for each half line for those guys either. Like, I'll play something on this.
Did we miss out on playing Holloway at 15.5 yesterday? I see 16.5 now. Or are we just not really into him?
Not so much on the road. You know, that was something that we kind of covered with Phylon being such the road warrior for these guys, and Holloway's really the guy at the house.
Okay. Christian Anderson's 19.5 now too. Jeez. Juke is 23.5 now. I thought it was 22.5. 23.5 on Sleeper. Wow.
Yeah, he's 23.5.
Okay. That's high. Now I see what Q-Donkey's looking at.
But also with Alabama too, their other guard, Right Cell, he ended up being upgraded to good to go. So he is going to be playing tonight, it seems. And, you know, for me personally, I mean, Alabama being fully healthy gets a little bit more scary. So, yeah, as you can see, Holloway finds a little bit more of a dip here on the road. And then Phylon, he plays a little bit better.
Okay.
This was the Vandy game that he missed the second half because he was cooking that game. So imagine this also being a green bar and then them losing by 30-something point, by basically 30 at Florida.
At Florida, yeah, huge. I don't want to bet a guy with line that high, but yeah, I would not be surprised if he went crazy today.
Oh, yep, I agree. And I will say for him, I mean, I was really tempted to also put his 6 points each half on the list as well. I mean, that's something, especially on the road. He's just done that all season. The odds still playable. I mean, 0.75 is not bad. Obviously, with these plays, you know, use them with a boost and what have you to get that payout better. But it is definitely something if you're looking to parlay for low sweat. This is not bad.
I'm with it. Any love for Graves real quick before we get out of here? I know you got to talk about your
Oh, yeah,
other
yeah.
two also. Yeah, Graves points. He just doesn't shoot enough. Is that what the hesitation here? 10.5 is pretty low for a starting guard here. And maybe, like you said, maybe even his PRA. The minutes he's getting now.
Yeah. The shot volume is definitely sporadic. I mean, he's only had a handful of games all season with double-digit field goal attempts. He's pretty efficient. I mean, shooting 42% could be a little bit better, but I think the RA is quite appealing. His playmaking, honestly, could be kind of slept on right now because a lot of these games where he ended up being in the starter role, I'm going to show you that. I mean, we're talking, let's see, on average, 3.7 rebounds, 3.7 assists. So, I mean, it's essentially 7 RA per game. But the more recent ones, I mean, back-to-back games with 5 assists as a starter looks really solid. And in the game where he wasn't passing a whole lot, it was a blowout against UConn. But, I mean, even still, against UConn, that's impressive. Put up 17 points. So we had a game where he couldn't score, but he still got there on the RA, picking up the slack. And then the games where the R rate maybe is a little bit less, he's scoring. So this one was interesting. This is another, we're paying for the minutes or we're paying the price for his minutes and what how low the line is right now. His usage rating is low. I mean, it's sub 20% for most of the season, but again, starter role minutes. I mean, we're looking for less than half a PRA per minute from him. I mean, so that's not unreasonable. We just need him to at least take his, 6-7 field goal attempts. But any night this dude takes double-digit field goal attempts, I mean, that prop's going to be real close to free.
What's his PRA? Is it something that we can mess with instead of the 10 points? And Damien has another question as well about Pippen, your favorite. Big Pippen. But
yeah, we'll talk about Pippen.
But yeah, PRA. What's it? What is it? 18.5. Is that the best line we got?
Yeah, I thought this was 17.5 earlier. I'm not gonna lie.
Maybe it bumped up.
I'm pretty sure this was 17.5 earlier. But I mean, even still, they are accounting for the 7.5 RA. You can see it's got massive juice on the over.
Wow.
Bro, you know what? This 3.5 assist might be a low key bang. I know we hate playing assist props, but
what's PA? Yeah, there you go. That makes more sense. Oh no, it doesn't. It's 10.5. Yeah, we want 13.5.
Yeah, it's hard to sleep on the rebound upside. I mean, he's been pretty solid with getting 4 rebounds, but
it's just one to look. It's just one to watch, I guess. Could put a little money on it for fun, but I think the line's a tad low, but it's nothing crazy. Something interesting, and a guy starting now, getting more minutes. Line's a little low, but no big deal.
Nah, I feel you.
What about Pippen?
Okay, let's. Yeah.
Damien says, "What about Pippen?" I don't know. He just says, "What about Pippen?" But we can look and see. I know Pippen's line was a little high the other day. Not this game, but the game before. It came down a little bit. This matchup's a lot scarier than the last matchup they had, I believe. Syracuse is no joke at home. So it's a big game for Cal, too. I saw Syracuse 6-point favorite. Cal's going to need to get a win here to get tournament, consideration. So it's going to be a big game. But can he do it against Syracuse? I don't know. That's Q Donkey's team. Maybe he'll tell you.
He's in an interesting spot. I would say now with his points being adjusted as much as they have been, we do need maybe to cobble together a little bit more stuff with it. His PRA surprisingly really hasn't moved. I know on Prize Picks his fantasy I believe was the most popular play or one of the most popular plays. Yeah, the most popular play. It makes sense.
Q Donkey says he's getting clamped. He's getting clamped. Q Donkey said. Getting clamped by his Q's team. His orange.
Hey, I mean, they definitely might, man. I mean, this is gonna be a real test for these guys. And
I got a joke.
I mean, Pippin's held his weight.
I got a joke for you. Who's Donald Trump's favorite team?
Who?
The orange.
The orange.
Oh, you didn't like that?
Stupid.
All right, hey, back to the props. He's going to get clamped because of Syracuse. And I see some people are going to mess with it because his PRA looks so good when you look at the last 5. So I assume a lot of people are going to be playing it. And he is good. But, man, Syracuse is tough, bro. They really are. They really are. And they're slow.
Yeah, the pace is what has me a little bit more concerned. And, I mean, with him being on the road, we have seen a couple of games kind of slip for Cal here. But, I mean, the backbone of the team is really just him and Day. So I will say I don't mind the PRA just because they have adjusted his fantasy up so much. If you want to play the fantasy stuff, you can just play the 1.5 blocks plus steals. I mean, he's carried, obviously, a lot more of a hit rating and the weight of that with that. But he does play make. I mean, we've seen the RA be pretty consistent for him. His line just kind of continues to stay at 3.5, which, I mean, I think is totally fair for him. But the scoring picked up a lot more here recently. I mean, we are talking about a player who was somewhere in this range. Like, he was at 11.5 and 12.5 points and just kind of continues to tick up and up and up. So the points have the highest tax on it right now. I think the RA is fair. He should be at 7.5 realistically, which he is on Underdog here. But if I had to put everything down in one, probably the PRA makes the most sense. I mean, he does come with a little bit of turnover downside from time to time. But if you're playing the fantasy, honestly, just play the blocks and the steals. I mean, they have his steals at 1.5 already to begin with. He does get a fair amount of blocks along the way too, so you might as well just be playing this. But 28 fantasy is a little high. I mean, he was 26.5 last slate, so they do continue to just keep bumping it up and up. But the matchup here in pace is a little bit more scary, so I don't know how I feel about that fantasy-wise, but PRA still looks solid.
All right. Damien says thank you, and no, sir, thank you for bringing up plays to talk about. It's fun. That's what's up.
Oh, yeah. That's what we're here for. All right. Well, we got about 5 minutes left here, so let's roll through these last, two official on the mid-tiers, and then one kind of correlates with the other players. So we got Big McGee, his under 8.5 points, and something really noticed about him, obviously, really low volume shooter. I mean, single digit for majority of the season. But as a starter so far this season, the only 3 times that he has gone over was one when Epps was out, who is his direct backup. And as I mentioned earlier with Epps, he plays as their 6th man off the bench, so i.e. affecting his usage rating here. So one game that he got there without Epps. The other game was where he went for a season high 3 3-pointers made. And you can see, obviously, that is not him. This one game here was it. He went for 3 of those, and he had 4 free throw attempts. Plus the minutes were more substantial. He played 30 minutes, which we've only seen him play 30 minutes one time in the last month and a half, or going on 2 months now, actually. So all that together, and then the last game where he did get there was against LSU. And again, the only reason he did that was because Epps only played 21 minutes. He got in some early foul trouble, and the game ended up getting ugly. So the coach kind of benched the starters, but he picked up a few more minutes there. This game should be expecting, fairly close. Again, not an easy matchup against Tennessee. And for him, just, all those things together, I mean, we just haven't seen it. Like, this is a guy who barely can even average 6 points per game. His field goal volume is unbelievably low every single game, and he's just not an efficient shooter. So for me, 8.5 points might seem a little bit scary, but if this guy goes out, only plays another 20 minutes or something like that, we are looking good. And honestly, I love the fact that he's a starter now, because Epps coming in just completely sucks all that usage out that he might have.
Bingo.
And speaking of Epps, let's talk about just a play that I had on the radar. His 3.5 RA was extremely low. I know, yes, Tennessee, again, the matchup, but we've seen him excel in this in a lot of difficult matchups along the way. And so far, moving into the bench role, I mean, the last 4 games straight, he's just crushing this line. 3.5 seems like kind of an odd prop, but I mean, you look at the last 10 games here, he's averaging 5.5 per game. Does a little bit more playmaking off the bench now with that usage, but he's also a fair rebounder. I mean, we've seen plenty of these games here where he goes for 4 more rebounds alone by itself. But again, with the playmaking here, I hate the matchup, not in love with that, but again, just a really, really low line for him, and something he's done really well so far this season. full point lower than his season average to begin with. And, this little mix in here was where he got hurt. So not surprised to, I am surprised to actually see this as a line. Payout could be a little bit better. Underdog removed it earlier this morning, but PrizePicks does still have it up for a goblin play. All right, and then last but not least, we got Xavier Lee under 19.5 PRA. This is another player extremely streaky on the minutes, and he's just been absolutely terrible so far this season on the road. Only this one game going up against Vandy where he just got hot from the field from three, ended up playing really well against him, so coach left him out there. But other than that, I mean, guy does not play sustainable minutes. For him, the usage rating is all over the place. And as we talked about with Houck earlier, he's been their biggest road warrior. So the team breakdown is more or less like Houck, and then sprinkle in Boogie and Ruben, and then this guy. The matchup is a little bit on the better side for him, but again, being on the road here, I think he's going to have his hands full trying to defend their wing players, and one of their best players right now for Georgia too out there. So I like it, man. I mean, this guy's going to have to show me. We saw a little bit of a flash in the pan here, and then that has just absolutely dropped off the face of the earth. So I love the random minutes, single-digit field goal volume. The RA especially, very sporadic for him, so that carries a lot of weight. But even the points, he's not Mr. Consistent. So you're going to have to show me, buddy. All righty. Well, with that being said, looks like we covered everything that we have for you guys so far. Make sure, again, hop in the Discord. Come get this early value with us. I'm sure we'll have some live bets, assuming some of these games stay close. We should get second half props, which the fantasy sites have seemed to do more and more recently. Love to see it. And without further ado, man, you got anything else for us before we get out of here?
Yeah. Fuck you, PrizePicks.
All right. We'll catch you guys in the Discord.
Just cash.
Y'all, good luck tonight on your bets. Make sure you hit that like button on the way out if you haven't already. We'll catch you guys back here tomorrow. Peace.
But I've had enough.
Just cash.
Tell me you're not the same.